Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, the main agenda of this particular video will be that we'll be discussing about pandas, group by and aggregation function. So previously in the pandas tutorial video which I have made and explained you all complete details about pandas, in that I have even told you all that we'll be making a separate video related to pandas, group by and aggregation function. So this is the video. Here I'll be explaining you all in detail about pandas, group by and aggregation. So now let's not waste our time. Let's dive into our computer screen and discuss more about that. Before that, if you are not subscribed the channel, do subscribe the channel and on the bell notification. And also don't forget to watch that particular video to know about pandas completely. So now let's dive into the computer screen. So guys, I'll be using Google Colab for this particular video. So whatever I'll be executing, that will be available in this Google Colab and it will be available for you all also. So let me just first change the name. So I'll just share you all this notebook link also. The link will be in this video description. You can utilize this. So I'm connecting it. Before that, let us discuss what is Pandas GroupBy. So actually Pandas is an open source Python library. I'm just giving you all an overview. I'm not going in deep into Pandas. If you want that, you can watch my video about Pandas. So it is mainly used for data manipulation and analysis. To load the data and analyzing the data, we'll use Pandas. And it has some powerful features like group by and aggregation. So we'll discuss about each and everything one by one. So first let us discuss about group by now. So when it comes to group by syntax, so for syntax, what I'm doing now, let me just type the syntax. So grouped is a variable dot group by or else I'll do one thing. I'll just copy the syntax from anywhere. Let me just search in Google itself. Where is the syntax? Or let me just copy from. So you can see here df is df dot group by. So df is nothing but the data frame. So group by operation by access is equals to, you can specify the access level is none. As index it's true or false, you can define whichever you want, and whether you want to sort it or not, you can keep it true. And group keys, if there is any crease, you can mention true. And squeeze, if you want to squeeze it or some operations, you can mention it false. Then observed is equals to false. This is normally the syntax of pandas group by. So now let us see one by one for that. So let us take an example of a sample data. So for that, what it happens, this is normally the syntax, and even you have to perform the aggregation operation for that. So by using this syntax only, we'll be performing the group by operation and working on it. And I'll show you all how you can do it. Both aggregation and group by should be done in combine itself. You cannot do it separately. So for this, what I'll do, I'll be taking creating a synthetic data. Df is equals to, before that, let me just import pandas. pt df is equals to pd dot data frame. Yeah. So inside this, I'll create some synthetic data. category A, comma A, comma B. So let me just type the code properly so that I can explain you all better. So this is done. So the list is created. Next task will be just give a comma, enter. And inside this, now let us create again value. So value will be again a list of 10, comma, comma 50. So this will be our data. So I have created it using dictionary format only, key and value base format. So in this now what we'll do, we'll try to perform some operations, aggregation operations. So first operation will be call. So we'll call. How can we call it? Normally, how can we call the group by data? So for that what I'll do, group will be the variable is equals to df dot. If you just wait for it, even it will give you the recommendation. Collab will give you the recommendation df dot group by. So inside this I can call category. So now if I run this, so the category is now a group by operation. I can perform various operations with this. Once you have the group data, so the data is now grouped. So you can apply the various aggregation operations for this. So the aggregation operations in the sense like, let me just give you some comma mean. You can say these all are nothing but statistical and mathematical operations. Mean, median, mode, min, max, count. These all are the thing, but these all are the operations which you can perform. So I'll show you all one by one. So we have performed it with categories grouped right now. So what I'll do, group some variable. So this is a variable is equals to group, yeah, group. So from this group categories are variable, I mean grouped variable, group by variable which is done, which is stored in grouped variable. So what we'll do inside this group, I want the value of sum. We'll see the total value, sum of that particular value, whatever is available. So now if I run this, you can see. Now you can see here it is showing A is equals to 30 and B is equals to 120. So you can see here why it is showing, because from this group, right, it has taken all this. It has taken A is equals to 10. So when you perform the group operation 10 plus 20, 30. And B is equals to 30, 40 and 50 we have given, right? So total of that is 120. By performing the group by and by checking the sum of this particular two variables, so it is showing this is the output. A and B sum is this much. You are getting my point. I hope this is easy for you all. You are not feeling it a bit difficult. Beginners will definitely feel this a bit difficult, but when you continue learning about this, you will feel it easy. So we saw the sum. Now for mean, we can copy the same. We'll copy the same, paste it here. But here let us change this to mean. So if you want, you can see here, if I just type m and wait, so you can see it is showing there are many operations which can be done. So I'll check the mean. Now if I run this, You can see here the mean of A is nothing but 15 and the mean of B is nothing but 40. So like this you can check many you can perform all the operation. Instead of mean you can give here max, min. Let us check even min also. See, the minimum value is 10 and 30. Definitely it will give you the least value. If you check even max also, it will give you the value of 50 for B and 20 for A. So when this will be group by operation will be helpful for us when we are doing it or handling with large data sets. So like this small data sets, I am just showing you all for better understanding. So until now we saw how we can perform aggregation, only one aggregation, like you can either use sum or mean or any one aggregation function. Now I'll explain you all how you can use multiple aggregation functions. So I'll show you all here how you can use multiple aggregation function. So for this, the syntax, if you want, I'll just show you all the syntax. I'll just copy the syntax and paste here for you all. So this is the syntax, group by value dot aggregated, and let us run this, it will be good enough. Group is not defined. Okay, ours is group, right? Okay. Let us use this. I guess this is deprecated. So it is done. Now you can see if I just check the output of this aggregated. You can see here now it is showing in group. So the mean and the sum. You can even change it. So here you can see here. You can give here minimum number. What is the minimum number and what is the max number, and you can run it here. So now if I run this here, you can see here. It will show you the minimum number was 10 for this, and for this 30, and for this 20, and for this 50. That's all guys. Everything it depends on the operations like what you are using. So let me just even put the operations whatever are available. There are many operations, group by operations, which you can perform. These are some of the operations which you can perform: hash, count, max, min, varchar, or something like this. These are many operations you can perform in group by. So guys, I have showed you all like how you can perform the single aggregation function and how can you even perform the group aggregation function. So now there is something called as the custom aggregation. You can create your own custom aggregations. So for that I'll show you all the code how you can do it. So for that let me just create some data, random data, or else let me just copy that data from somewhere. So this will be the data. Data frame is equals to, if I run this, you can see here the data now. So this is our data and this is in, I have created this synthetic data, dummy data you can say. So now what I'll do, we'll create a custom aggregation. For this what we'll do, we'll take a def function, def custom aggregation of x. Let us take x. Using x only will be working. So this will be our one. So return x dot, so x dot maximum value minus x dot minimum value. So this will be our function. So what we'll do now, we'll apply this group by function also now. So for this, grouped is equals to df dot grouped df dot group by, and inside this we'll give category, and the result will be is equals to grouped value so the value we are taking the group dot value dot aggregation, AGG is nothing but for aggregation, and now we will be defining inside this custom aggregation method inside this, and then what we'll do now, we'll even print the result also. I'll explain you the code once the result is done. Let's run this first code. Yeah, so you can see here from this what it is doing, maximum value of x is nothing but, so here we have taken randomly a and b. So what I'll do, first we'll take the max and min. So what we'll do, yeah, let us take this aggregation function will perform. Data is our this one. So from this what we'll do, data dot max value. So let's run this. Okay, we can perform multiple aggregation, right? So we'll take this one only and we'll just modify that here. So inside this, from value only we want aggregated is equals to group. So here we have taken group is equals to df dot group by. So we have created for that group by. So grouped group dot value dot sum code. You can see here 10 and 35. 35 minus 10 is nothing but 25. And when it comes to B, let me just bring this down. It will be better for you to explain. Yeah, and even let me also bring this also down. So when it comes to this, let me delete this. So you can see here, both it is showing 25, right? We have created the custom aggregation. What we have mentioned here, return maximum value minus minimum value of x. So when we did that, what we got here, when we did this aggregation, we did with multiple aggregation, right? So for this, and what we got, our A is our A and B, and inside this we got 10 is the minimum value for this, 20 is the minimum value, maximum is this. So if you see 10 minus 35, 25, 20 minus 45, 25. So you can see here. Like this, even you can create the custom aggregations. So guys, that's all. That there is nothing complicated when it comes to the group by and aggregation. It's easy, and even in interviews also they'll ask you about group by and aggregation. So just understand the concept well and try to use it well. So guys, that's all for today's video. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you all. Bye bye.